Welcome back everybody to this epic game between xGame KZ and Vega Squadron in a two-game series of the Join Dota League Season number 5 European Division 2. And of course, I'm from HeflaTV, I'm Coucher, and I'm gonna be joined by somebody who had technical issues for game 1, but should be here now, I hope so at least. Danny, are you here?
I am actually. You do not realize how distressed I was when I was trying to actually get everything fixed. I was thinking, oh, not again, I can't cast. Because unfortunately, we didn't cast any other games previous to this series, but finally, I am here and I'm pretty happy to actually be casting this series. Interesting to actually see an offlane Morphling. It's very uncharacteristic for teams to normally pick up because what does he actually provide you if he doesn't have farm? It's just the stun. Because he was a strength-based Morphling, he wasn't building into Agi, he wasn't building any carry items, he just went straight for the utility. So it didn't work out last game. I think it could have, but they needed to get some farm on the Morphling just so that he would have actually been able to provide something for his team, because all he did was he threw the stun, threw the waveform, and then what else did he do? He just kind of sat around waiting for his cooldowns to come off cooldown. So we'll see. We'll see if we can actually see a win from them, because unfortunately no one wants to lose. We'll see if it's going to be a 1-for-1 or it could be a 2-0 sweep. What do you think, Couch? Are we going to see something interesting? We see a Wisp as a first pickup for Vega Squadron, whereas Vengeful Spirit is going to be xGame's first pickup, followed by a Bat Rider.
Yeah, IO was banned in the first games because Vega, they're rather fond of that hero. In the past, they used to run like an IO Legion Commander quite a bit when Legion Commander was a little bit more popular. At the moment though, they can just leave open the secondary pick. I'm always rooting for a Chaos Knight to come out with the IO, but it's just a distant dream, it feels like. But xGame, they do get their hands also on one of the favorite heroes. Stalcat with the Batrider is a real threat, to be honest. Maybe they're gonna have to have Stalcat on his support again because of a couple of stand-ins, but to be honest, coming into this, I thought Vega Squadron are easily gonna 2-0 this. After game number 1, maybe not as easy, but I'd still put my money on Vega.
You still put your money on them. Alrighty then. But I would like to see CK again. I really enjoyed the IOCK era. That was actually really fun. We do see a lot of Tiny Wisp now. Tiny is a more solid partner to put with the IO. Do you think we could see someone else with the IO instead? We do see some Bristleback. You did mention the Legion Commander. A lot of the Legion Commanders I've seen with Wisps, though, have been really lackluster. They're going to pick up the Bristleback, though. So he is a solid partner, but not something like a Tiny. They could still pick him up if they really want to, though. But he might be banned out by xGame here.
Yeah, I think Bristleback is not gonna be the primary partner with the IO. They can even go for like a Morphling IO combination if they really want to. It's not that bad at all, just waveform guarantees the tether slow to follow on the target, for example. So we're gonna see. Sometimes you don't even go for like any kind of common IO partner. I mean, Bristleback, like you said, already is pretty nice. But sometimes you just run the IO as mass utility, even like ganking really often. Having perfect rune control, coming into the mid lane every time with just the spirits, refill bottle helping out the mid laner, for example, something like that. But Tiny is banned, no surprise there. Vega also remove a Juggernaut from the pool. So lots of tier 1 picks already banned out from both sides.
Yeah, so we're going to see not unusual heroes, but we are going to see the lesser popular heroes, I suppose, being picked up. Interesting to actually have the Medusa ban from Vega Squadron. I guess they don't actually want to go into the mega late game against the Medusa. She's a great hero, especially up against those physical right-click carries. So it feels like Vega's definitely going to pick a melee DPS carry here, just because they got rid of the Juggernaut as well. Omni Slash really good. He deals tons of damage, and he's nowhere in sight to actually be hurt during the duration. So Vega Squadron, I don't know. I like saying that they could pick something very interesting. I do see some Sven being paired up with the IO. He is a good hero to put with the Wisp because he has his own stun. He's got a great ultimate, meaning that if he just picks up one strength item, that's going to bump up his damage tenfold. Get a Daedalus on top of that, that's great too. But we very rarely see Sven. He's not as strong as some of the other carries we do typically see. But xGame, they're going to secure themselves a Lina. Would you think this is actually going to be a core Lina? A lot of teams, they don't really play support Lina anymore, but I've seen core Lina actually on the rise.
I mean, with the heroes that they have beforehand already, I think either one would be fine. They have definitely the setup for those light strike arrays, or easy light strike arrays at least, just either Magic Missile or even a Lasso from the Batrider. So Lina support may not be a bad idea, because once you hit level 6, you can do just as much burst as a core Lina could. Of course, core Lina hits level 6 plus above faster, maybe gets a fast Aghanim's as well. But support Lina is even enough to just blow up a IO by herself, in all fairness.
Yeah.
But Vega, in the last game they did ban out the Lina, so it must be something that xGame have been running at least somewhat frequently in the past, or recent past.
Yeah, I guess if it deserved a ban previous game, then maybe she is going to be a force to be reckoned with. We'll see what it's going to be when we see these last two heroes picked up. Vega Squadron, though, they do get their own burst hero. They get the Lion. He is obviously going to be playing that support position, so they do have their own, you could say, DPS support to help out the IO. So Vega Squadron, they've got both supports already. They've got an off laner. Now they need to still secure their mid laner as well as a safe lane hero. So looking at their draft, they don't actually have too much disable. They need an IO partner if it's not going to be the Bristleback. They've got okay lockdown, but it's predominantly in that Lion. No, the Bristleback, he's got the slows from the nasal goo, but he doesn't really provide any sort of lockdown. The Wisp, he's only got a slow as well. So Vega Squadron, with the last two pickups, I would like to see a little bit of team fight control, especially up against some of the heroes on the side of xGame KZ. They need something to actually deal with the Bat Rider. Lion's pretty good with it if he's quick with his fingers and getting off that Hex. But if it's not the Lion, they're gonna have to grab something else. Not too sure though. Ooh, what kind of partners are still available for the Wisp aside from CK and
Legion
Sven?
Commander still somewhat works with press the attack, removing the lasso, but it's not really all that reliable. It requires the Legion Commander to be rather close, plus it just takes some time to cast the press the
Yeah.
attack as well at the same time. And in general, not that reliable of a hero with xGame. Picking up a Naga now. Well, you know that xGame, they're probably in a little bit of trouble when they have to resort to the Naga. It's kind of like a backup tool, but Legion will be the pick
Oh.
after all. So, Vega, they probably want to end this game rather fast, because going up against Naga late game with what they have so far, probably not the most ideal of things to happen. But if you find the correct Naga and the Legion can jump her, it should at least guarantee that there's no song to like stop the rest of the fight.
Yeah, she can actually use the overwhelming odds as well to figure out which one's the real Naga as well. So I guess that is a nice pick with the Legion Commander, but very aggressive lineup for Vega Squadron. I like the lineup. I'm surprised xGame actually picked up the Naga Siren as a fourth pick. Do you think it would have been a potential fifth ban here from Vega Squadron up against xGame? I thought Naga should be a fifth pick here.
Yeah, I highly doubt it as well, to be honest, that it would have been picked up, but xGame, they had... Did they have the first ban in the fifth ban here?
They had the
Second,
yes, they had
yeah.
the yeah.
So if the Ember Spirit was banned before, that may have given it away that Vega or xGame want to go for a Naga Siren, because Ember Spirit is fairly often picked against Naga Siren just to deal with the illusions, as well as have that semi-global presence, leave a remnant behind with her team, TP to her lane, counter push it, and then come back to the remnant. So that may have given it away to Vega, and they could have banned the Naga, but it's a long shot anyway, even then, I think.
Disruptor.
But xGame going for the Disruptor, one of a almost direct counter to the IO. Nice against Legion Commander as well. Legion jumps in, duels somebody, you just glimpse him back. So until they get BKBs, it's not going to be as easy. But with the Disruptor pickup, Lina core then, right?
Yeah, so it does look like it's going to be Elena Core. Ooh, this is going to be a fun game. But X game, they're going to have to go for the full protect one strategy here just because they're running a Naga Siren. And you look at their four heroes, they're very squishy. They need to snowball during their laning phase because Vega Squadron, they're going to come online pretty quickly. They've got a Bristleback and a Legion Commander where these two heroes, they don't actually need that many items to come online. And because the Legion has a Wisp as well, there's going to be the Wisp buff with the overcharge. So that Legion Commander, she's going to do quite a bit of damage herself anyway. And we don't even know what the last hero is going to be. So if it's going to be something to do even more damage, it's going to be very difficult, I actually assume, for X game to stall the game for the Naga Siren unless they somehow win either 2 or all 3 of their lanes during the laning stage. Do you think it actually could be an aggressive... Oh, no, actually, no, never mind. Aggressive tri-lane for X game, they don't really have any tanky frontliner.
They may not even need it, to be honest, because Vega, they might not have the strongest tri-lane themselves. Of course, it might be with a Bristleback, maybe with a Legion. And now with the puck picked up, Vega Squadron, they definitely want to like be aggressive in general. But if xGame do go for the aggressive tri lane, which they might, it's not going to be that bad, but I don't think they have to take the risk just because Pet Rider, if it doesn't work out off lane, you can at least go into the jungle, whereas Vega Squadron won't have that possibility as easily. So if xGame just focus on pulling through, getting the Disruptor to, let's say, a fast level 6, or at least have Glimpse on a higher level, for example, for the extra range and lower cooldown, I think it's probably better for them to just get the XP from pulling, get the extra gold, and make either Bristlebacks or Legion Commander's life kind of hell. And it's probably going to be the Bristleback with Pasha picking it up.
I don't think kind of hell exists. It's you're in hell or you're not in hell. So I guess you're just going to make the assumption that they will be put in hell. But yeah, we'll see how it actually works. xGame, very quirky draft. We'll see if it actually works for them. I'm a little bit concerned because they're all very squishy, aside from maybe that Naga sign with her armor. Actually, they could aggressive trialing with the Naga, I suppose, but you're going up against either a Legion or a Bristleback in that safe lane. So probably not the easiest aggressive tri lane in their lives.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong tri lane, but Disruptor maybe not the best tri lane hero in general. If you want to use the Thunderstrike, you're going to need a hell of a lot of mana because although it does a nice amount of damage for a level 1 ability, 160, it still takes up, I think, 130 mana. And you starting with a 280 mana pool, you can like cast 2 of those and you're completely spent all of a sudden. Vengeful, same story, like 2 magic missiles, or well, 1 magic missile, then has to wait a little bit to regen up some mana and then can get the second one. So we'll see. May want to go safe. Of course, they can still like alternate between the lanes as they see what Vega will have up for them. If it's like a dual mid lane, an aggressive tri lane will suddenly be a little bit better because it's going to be up against a dual lane or a solo lane. So it might completely shut that down, for example. But we do have a pause. This time around, at least it's not xGame, it's instead Vega. And since we're paused, we can just introduce the lineups anyway. So for the Radiant side, we're going to have Seema the Slayer on the Legion Commander, Arseek handling the IO with Screen, the stand-in on the Lion, Pasha on the Bristleback and the last. It's going to be no one playing the puck.
All right, on the side of xGame, we have Amazing playing on our Vengeful Spirit. Tomash going to be playing on our Lina. Mantis on the Naga Siren. We have Reeves playing on the Disruptor. And lastly, we have, I think this is Kayla on our Bat Rider. I don't really want to say
it's Stalcat.
The number. Is it Stalcat?
Yes.
Why do people make things hard for me? Maybe I just can't read.
It's probably... If you haven't casted like xGame a lot, or...
I guess so, that's probably why.
It's just,
I'm sorry.
I know that most casters I've casted with, and they aren't like familiar with xGame all that much, since, well, they're just from a different region like you are.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this name? How? What on earth?
Yeah, you regionist, you're like man of chalk. Regionist.
No, I'm
saying
not a
that
regionist,
pauses
but
at the
I'm just making excuses for you. You should be happy.
making excuses for
Why do you
me.
start
Okay.
blaming me?
Nah. Man of chalk though. He says pauses at the beginning of games are exclusive to Southeast Asia. Regionist.
No,
Jeez.
it's definitely not only in Southeast Asia. It's
Yeah, I know.
delayed games and pauses are... I can't even say they're common to only Dota either, because if you're online, you're gonna have delays. If you're at LAN, you're gonna have delays, but for different reasons.
If you're a caster, you're just gonna have client issues, like me, I guess. Everything can go wrong. You think everything's fine, and then the moment that you have to get ready for something big, something screws up. And a lot of the time it's your fault, so... Not
My
legitimate,
fault. It's
no,
my
not
fault.
your fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, I understood. So we have one reconnect, but it's the guy who disconnected from xGame, and it's not like no one has disconnected to begin with, probably just went AFK during the draft. I'm not sure if you've ever played in a team or not, but...
I
Or
have.
how often
I
you like stack for captain's mode or something. But some teams, they're like solely solo draft. The captain just drafts, doesn't listen to
yeah.
there's no input from
Yep.
others. Others just are going to leave the PC, go eat, I don't know, do anything during the draft. Others, they still have like one shot caller who calls it in the end, but they have input from multiple players. How would you prefer it?
I'd actually just say work on the strength of your players. Because a lot of the times, if a player is playing a hero they're not comfortable with, you cannot fully utilize the maximum potential of that hero. Like, we'll even cast some games and we can tell that a player hasn't played a particular hero very often. And then you can see they're uncomfortable, they don't do, they just don't play the hero to its full potential. So a lot of the times I'm going to say that captains, they should rely, I suppose, on the strength of their players. But if you're in a good team, chances are your players are going to know how to play most, if not all, the heroes anyway, to a decent extent. Like, you can't expect someone to just play every hero amazingly, because then every team will just want that one player. So
It's I think the hero I'm seeing like most on just the lack of experience is Ember Spirit, for example. Lots of
Really?
people who pick up Ember Spirit, you can really see when the hero or the player is comfortable with the hero or whether he's just hasn't played it enough.
I actually feel like Nyx Assassin is in that position. A lot of teams, if they draft the Nyx Assassin, you don't see many Nyx Assassin players. You see them miss the stuns. That's pretty much it,
I
I
know
guess.
that
Like,
feeling. It's like
yeah, Nyx.
you cancel your stun like 4 times and then you miss it in the end anyway.
It's just because he's got such a long stun animation. If it was maybe shortened up a little bit, maybe it wouldn't be so hard. Yeah, Ice Frog was a little bit hard with getting rid of the single target stun, but I guess it was too easy. Nyx, during his reign, he was a very strong hero. He was picked up all the time. Great gank potential with the ultimate invis. Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Shima,
Forgive me, we don't actually watch enough.
he gets pinged out the Nyx Assassin's invis? You mean, or
Yeah.
Vendetta?
Yes, thank you. I don't cast enough Nyx, so I always forget the spell.
So
You may see
xGame,
level 1 engagement.
they probably already failed it since Sima went like behind them. Of course, not intentionally so, but xGame pinged him out and tried to go for him a little bit too late, and in the end, they didn't get anything done. They do place down a ward. This should also successfully block off the big camp, I believe. So at least there's going to be a couple less stacks for Vega to clear up later on, whether it be with Legion Commanders overwhelming odds or maybe Bristleback just with the Quill Sprays. At the moment, Mantis wants to get the Bounty Rune, but they're going to leave it to Arseek, who, thanks to the Bounty Rune, already has the bottle. Lina picks up the other one though, so 1 Bounty Rune each.
Yeah, it's pretty typical for a Wisp to pick up the rune if he's given the opportunity, because you want that fast bottle on your Wisp. And it looks like it's actually going to be a offlane Wisp Bristleback. So it looks like the Bristle going to have help here with the Wisp. I actually think these two are going to do okay against this tri-lane, as long as Artsy actually watches his positioning, because there is a lot of burst potential on xGame. So if he gets caught out, he may be dead. Actually, no, I thought it was a Lina for some reason. Actually, there's actually not that much damage in this tri-lane. Like you said, Disruptor himself, he doesn't really provide that much damage. And also you won't have enough mana to sustain it as well. I cannot read that language.
Okay, I can read it, but I can't understand it.
Oh, okay.
Boo, 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 slushali. Slushali is listening something. Or slushali is something with listening. So they're probably saying like, we don't listen or you don't listen. I don't know. But what I can say for sure is they're having ping issues.
Oh, okay.
Because before as well, I think it was Stalkat, or it was Mantis asking whether they can go to the Stockholm server. But Vega have lag there, so it's like somebody's gonna lag eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, it should be handled like sometimes for the American division. If it's like a Brazil team versus a USA team, for example, they play one on the Brazil server and one in like US East, for example. So maybe they could have like gone for one into Stockholm and one into Luxembourg or something, because
Yeah.
of course even then probably like for Vega being in Stockholm isn't as bad as it is for xGame in Luxembourg, for example. So that also comes into play a little bit. That is also like one of the reasons why xGame somewhat struggling as Stalkat. Dropping low, but I think it's gonna stay alive. Screen Earth Spike still on cooldown for 3 more seconds. So Batrider will not give away first blood for now. But what do you think of the dual lane choices of Vega here?
I think it's pretty solid. You got two very good heroes actually controlling up a Batrider. One in particular going to be super annoying, and it is that Lion. So when Lion hits level 2, if he goes for the traditional Hex Earth Spike skill points, I suppose, normally you see Lions pick up the first 2 stuns anyway. the Batrider cannot overextend, because if he gets caught out by these two heroes, he's just going to get bursted down. And unfortunately for him, he only had tangos when he came into lane, so no salve for him. Going to go through his mana quite quickly and actually going to be dived by these heroes. Can they get them? Those Seema not going to overextend. He is diving past the towers, and looks like Starcat's going to live for another laning, we could say, minute in that lane, but he is running out of regen very quickly. One tango left, and then he's going to have to start going back to Fountain if he wants to regen, or going straight into the jungle, which I think he might have to do if he can't stay in this lane. But for the moment, the creep wave is near the tower, so he's just going to soak up what he can.
He's getting some pretty nice XP up to level 3, so if he does want to go into the jungle, he's going to clear it up rather fast now. Sometimes you have to go into the jungle from level 1, so you're going to have to take a slow camp first to get up to level 2. And also Reeves does stack up the big camp once for the Batrider now to clear up later on. Really nice to see that. Screen though does snatch a haste rune away from Stalcat, and he may even want to just go all the way behind. A little bit too low on mana. If he only had one Earth Spike, may get the kill, or then again with the haste, might get the kill anyway if he really wants to go for it. Nah, the lack of mana probably is the deciding factor here.
Yeah, and he's actually taking significant amount of damage from just those two pot shots. He's just going to make his way down to the bottom lane again, start chewing on those tangos, and he'll be back up to full in no time. But wow. Looks like Vega's doing extremely well during the laning phase. If you look at xGame's lanes, actually the mid lane are going to go down to the puck. So nice pickup there for him. Oh my goodness, unfortunate there for xGame to lose their mid lane Lina up against a puck. I think I've lost my tongue.
Oh, top lane Pasha might find something as well. They want to go for amazing. They are going to back off now, but the amount of harassment coming out from those quill sprays, and IO staying just far enough back so xGame can't do anything.
Oh, Mantis!
Oh no! One more attack.
Mantis! Oh no!
Oh god, Vega, they're on fire at the moment. They're farming better on all 3 lanes. They're getting kills on 2 of them. Stalcat now gets an overruling odds into him, but of course will survive, will farm up the enemy jungle a little bit now that he has the Firefly activated anyway. But Arseek in the meantime wants to get that 4-minute rune, but he still has another 30 seconds to wait for it.
Yeah, oh my goodness. It's this laning stage at the moment for xGame, it's pretty much gone backwards for them. They've drafted a lineup where they need
know where
to give
IO is,
space to
Thomas.
Nagasar.
Can he get the stun? Somebody blocking. Oh, dodge of the Light Striker, and he's just gonna have a glimpse, or not a glimpse, what am I saying? The tether away. Dragon Slay, one more attack, still goes down.
Wow! Nice pick
That
up
magic missile following him, just keeping him in place just long enough.
Yeah, although there is just going to be an orb going over Tomash, but not going to really chip into his HP that much. And surprisingly enough, the line's actually rotated into the middle lane. Although Batrider going to be chasing after the puck down in the bottom lane. He's able to orb out though, so he's going to be fine. There's Earth Spike there from our Lion, and that's pretty much going to be it. Actually, never mind. He's going to try and dive for the kill. There is a Lina here as well. Can they get the Lion? He's tanking the tower, but is this going to pay off? One more right click from our Batrider, and that's going to finish up the kill. Poor, how do I pronounce our Lion's name? Screen.
Yeah, it's Screen. Oh, Arseek top lane though might be in trouble. Magic Missile, Thunderstrike on him as well. Taking so much damage. Does have the bottle, but well, he tethers himself into a Riptide, unfortunately for him. Pasha, he should be good to go because well, all the spells already used from xGame. Pasha, no. For a second I thought he's gonna go absolute man mode, but I'm gonna think better of it.
Yeah, so it looks like it's just gone completely backwards here for Vega. They got 2 kills during the early game, and all of a sudden they picked up 3. So they're going to be really happy with those pickups. The laning phase, it's okay, but they are still behind in terms of CS. Nagasar only sitting on 18 CS compared to the 27 of the Legion Commander, but, well, the cause for that, he has to actually go up against a Bristleback Wisp lane. One of the most annoying lanes to deal with because there's so much sustain. You've got the Wisp with the bottle, the overcharge, a tanky Bristleback as well, and actually, they're going to try and dive after Mantis. Again, there's going to be the stun, though, onto our Bristle, but, oh, Mantis slowed up, and he'll actually throw the illusions. Can he get out one more Quill Spray? That's going to finish him up, and it looks like Eventual Spirit chasing after the Wisp, and Wisp Laguna bladed to the face, and Tomash, he is going to be hexed up, and Earth Spike as well would be finished off. He is going to go down to the Lion, but they lose their Bristleback in the end as well. But, well, 3 for 2. I would take that any day.
Well, xGame, even with only getting 2 kills, they get a slight numerical advantage from that one, but considering that Lion suddenly got up to level 5, I'd still say it's worth it for Vega there. Just because Lion getting level 6 means that they can do exactly what Lina did to the IO. Just finger of death somebody down immediately. Stalcat, of course, also was farming up the jungle in the meantime, so he's up to almost level 6. getting a little bit better, but this Patriot is still struggling somewhat. At least when you compare him to the Bristleback, for example. I mean, level-wise, kind of even, but Bristleback has just been on the lane, and he's been up against a tri-lane.
Yeah, absolutely. When your dual lane wins up against a tri-lane, you're not only going to have an EXP advantage, but you're also going to be ahead in terms of possibly CS, because if you stay in that lane, obviously you are getting something out of it. You're not going to be pushed out. If you're pushed out of the lane and you are behind against a tri-lane, then yeah, that's not going to be worth it. Although in the mid lane there is going to be the Dream Coil. Can they finish up Tomash? They do manage to miss the stun there with the puck. Oh my goodness, Laguna Blade and Wisp again, just torched on the spot. This Wisp, he's just going to be the Laguna target for the majority of the game, I suppose.
Probably so. They lacked so little additional damage there. Of course, not a lot of actual right clicks were thrown into Tomash there. And of course, the couple that were thrown, maybe there were even some misses because they were attacking from the low ground. So a little bit unfortunate. IO does die once again, and Dream Coil being on cooldown. I suppose Laguna Blade is also on cooldown, but Laguna Blade slightly lower of a similar cooldown. There's the silence, Illusion Rope, Jaunt through as well. One more attack, that's all he needs. Will get the kill, but stunned under the tower, and I think it's gonna go down in the turn. Does have the phase shift coming out. Illusion Orb in 1 second, and he's just faster than amazing and gonna make it out.
Nice juke there from the puck, and actually amazing gonna try and chase after him, but well, it's just a support Venge by himself. No way to actually kill the puck. In all honesty, I think the puck would have been able to kill the Venge if he tried to jump on him, but then again, I guess he's too healthy. Up in the top lane there, they're going to go after Mantis again. Earth Spike, there's a Finger of Death available, they're going to go for it. No, they just get it just as the song goes up. Oh, there's Finger of Deaths, Laguna Blades everywhere. It's going to be a hell of a game for us, Coucher. This is madness.
It's gonna be a hell of a game for me to just miss kills, probably. Because it's just somebody blow.
Oh no, in the bottom lane! Bottom lane! Oh my goodness,
duel one.
Disruptor.
Our Zeke will lose his life in return, but it's definitely worth it. Getting the first points of dual damage for Seema, although he's not in the clear yet either, really. No blink. Gonna get slowed down. There's the first sticky napalm. No, never mind. It's gonna be just fast enough. Gets the pressed attack as well to make sure he escapes. Now, even a TP coming in. It's the Lion. Stalkat now. He's the one on the run all of a sudden, although I don't think Lion is gonna be fast enough.
Yeah, and if you look at Skullcap, he's almost got his Blink Dagger 8 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. So, considering he's got 2k so far, I'd say he's doing pretty well in terms of farm. He's gotten 2 kills himself, he's been farming in the jungle, so he's really going after that Blink Dagger. Great plays by Skullcat, even though he's had a rough early game. He is slowly coming back, and when he gets that Blink Dagger, he is going to come online and he will have the lasso available to try and go for those pick-offs, because that's what they need. Bat Rider needs a Blink Dagger, try and go for those kills, make space for Naga Siren, who's only sitting on a bottle, and a Ring of Aquila, and 31 CS, 9 minutes into the game. Mantis, this guy is sitting in hell. He's burning in it. He is a fried fish.
The mid lane probably would have been a lot better for this Naga Siren, to be honest. It just isn't working out as well, but of course Lina did get that early level 6 and with the help of the Laguna Blade has already gotten herself a couple of kills. So it's probably kind of a trade-off, but this Lina definitely not creating enough space for now, or rather Vega. They've been rather dominant on all of the lanes just from the first minute onwards almost. So they're really playing it well, they laned it well, they laned it so that even if they just don't straight out win a lane, at least they're not going to straight out lose one either really. And Seema now has that Blink Dagger finished. Finger of Death still on cooldown, but oh, Tomash wants to get the Haste Rune, but gets jumped just before Haste Rune will be picked up by somebody else, I think. Yeah, there's the Hex as well, they're waiting for it. Haste Rune is there on the Lion, although his disable's already on cooldown. But that's one easy kill and amazing now. Glimpse was used, but did he get the Jaunt back?
Yeah, I think he got the Jaunt off. So, luckily for the puck, if the Glimpse actually sent him back, I think that would have not been a kill. Or shouldn't have been a kill anyway.
Screen's still chasing Reeves. Reeves running around the tree. They're just trying to choose things out. But he's just waiting for the Earth Spike to come off cooldown. It does land, although Screen will lose his own life now with Stalkat blinking and getting the lasso. Haste War offers. Trying to TP out. Flame Break will be there. For a second I thought the Flame Break is a little bit too far, but Seema gonna come in. Has the duel in 5 seconds. Runs through the Firefly. Blink still on cooldown anyway. But just Vega, they're taking a bigger and bigger advantage as time continues.
Yeah, well, they did pretty much 4v4 xGame because they had, during the early game, they had 2 heroes that were farming. It was the Legion Commander and the Naga Siren. Now, because this Blink Dagger has come online for Legion Commander, that means that Vega They can go for their pickoffs, they can group up if they want to, they can fight as 5. xGame, they're gonna have to stick as 4 because a Naga Siren in a 5v5 engagement, he doesn't even have an end snare, so you can't really provide anything to the team aside from a Riptide and maybe a Song of the Siren. So Mantis, he's gonna have to keep on AFK farming till he gets his Radiance if he wants to go in that direction, which I believe it will, so long as he can continue on farming and not die. But if it goes backwards for Mantis, what items would you suggest for him to go for? Would you go for drums? Would you go for diffusal blade straight away? Would you go for boots travels to try and jump to those lanes quicker? What would you suggest if Mantis cannot get that Radiance?
I think like drums into Yasha into possibly diffusal blade, although Mantis he's gonna get caught now. He's gonna get dueled up. Didn't even have enough mana anyway for the Song of the Siren. Oh god. You said that, well, he absolutely needs to not get killed while farming. But that's gonna be like one of the poorest. Oh, they get another jump. It's gonna be Dream Coil into Tomash. They find a couple of extra heroes in the meantime. Tomash silenced up now. He's gonna get solo picked by no one. Arseek will lose his own life, so IO is down, all well and good, but Disruptor, he somehow survived, managed to outrun them. Amazing, nice swap as well, but Pasha way too fast on the Bristleback. And now Stalkat, well, runs into the Hex of Screen. Earthspike will follow before he gets to the high ground. Firefly ends, and no one gets himself another kill. Disruptor, though, did make it out somehow.
The Disruptor, in all honesty, you would have rather had the Lina and maybe even the Batrider to get out, but they're losing heroes left, right, and center, and I kind of feel like it's just because of the ward placement here from xGame. The reason they lost their Naga Siren up top was because they had no vision in the jungle at all. Now, I think this one was plopped down during that gank on Naga, so I can't say that this one contributed to getting her. But it would be nice if they had some sort of jungle vision on all Legion Commander, killing the Naga Siren again. And there's even a Laguna Blade going to finish off the IO as well, Glimpse back, and that's going to be the Legion. Can they get the Legion kill? She's pretty tanky. Blink Dagger coming off cooldown soon. Can she get away? She's pretty quick. Never mind, there is going to be Starlcat, and there is Lasso not available, but he is trying to slow him down with the sticky napalm. It looks like they will be able to get him. Just keep sitting on him.
Assistance is coming. Earthspike, Finger of Death as well. Oh nope, they got the stuns off. Magic Missile also secured the Light Strike Array. So nice 2 kills instead of only 1. No one. Illusorer will not connect on anybody. Although he's quite jaunt anyway. Triple Dream Coil. Silence to follow as well. Pasha, one more Quill Spray. Never mind. Just the attack. Gets 1. They get 2. Tomash now. Gets... Oh, he broke the Dream Coil. Although Song of the Siren will stop the rest of the kills from happening. I mean, Vega definitely not the cleanest of fights there. But in the end, not a complete disaster either.
Puck just finishing off Tomash in the base with an illusory orb, adding a little bit of salt to the wound there, unfortunately. But xGame, it looked pretty bad. They lost the Lina in the end in the base anyway, but it looked like they were trying to overextend, they were trying to find kills, and actually the Puck going to try and go into Mantis as well, going to throw the orb down south, and he's not going to jaunt to it, going to continue on chasing after the Naga. Naga's going to try and bottle himself up to something a little bit more reasonable, but will he be able to get out? Looks like he will. Orb was still on cooldown, so unfortunately no kill on Mantis, but I love the aggression from Vega. Mantis just cannot find farm anywhere, and it's coming to the point where the Naga pick is becoming a burden. I don't want to say Mantis is a burden, but it's just... The hero can't help in any way, shape, or form in the fights, aside from the Naga song. And when you've used it, it's 2 minutes, 3 minute cooldown, sorry, on that Naga song. So Naga can only really help once every 3 minutes, and he kind of goes in there a little bit blind. Will be swapped back into the base, so Mantis is okay, but there was a blink forward bit there by our Starlcat, but did he put the lasso? Lasso's on cooldown. Oh my goodness, there's even going to be a Dream Coil going to connect all onto Mantis. Vengeful Spirit, they lose the Disruptor as well. There was a beautiful ultimate there coming out from the Disruptor, but they've lost 4. Starlcat is the only one alive. He is going to be able to go into the high ground, although Bristleback overextending a little bit, but I think he will be able to survive even if the Batrider turns and there's no way for him to blink out.
Well, he has the Flame Break.
He's going to lose everybody.
The counter. Flame Break just came off cooldown, had been 1 second later, unable to turn around and get the kill like that. So they get the puck, which gave them a ton of gold. It was like 800 gold, I think, from killing off no one there. So Tomash getting off his Laguna Blade just before getting dueled himself made a world of difference. And also with them chasing that far to the Batrider and losing Bristleback, at least they can't get racks yet. So xGame, they get a couple of extra minutes, but like you already said, Mantis kind of becoming a burden there. Only up to 1k gold, nowhere near that Radiance, but I don't really think they can combat Vega Squadron if they don't get their Radiance on Naga, so It's like do or die kind of, and they're definitely looking to rather die than do for now. And also Lasso in the last fight, it got purged off by pressed attack pretty much the same second it got cast.
no. That was very unfortunate. There's a cute little glimpse actually by the Disruptor just to send Seema back down onto the low ground. So no jungle farming for you for 5 seconds, Seema. He's thinking about going in there, but I think he's worried about being too many heroes in the jungle.
Oh, relocate to Mantis. Oh god, his song is still on cooldown, 7 more seconds.
Oh.
But body blocking from Arseek, they get the lasso. There's the duel, but onto the wrong target, I think. Mantis may even be able to survive. Has the song now, Seema dropping low. But they do relocate back out to safety. Pasha in the meantime trying to chase down Tomasz. Gets another goo on him. But nice kinetic field will keep Pasha in place.
Actually, I think they might try and die for Tomasz. He is very squishy, 800 HP, gonna miss the stun.
Wow.
They even Finger of Death, then, well, that's gonna be the end of our Lina. They're gonna keep on going for Reeves. This Bristleback is going full on balls deep into the base, and he's even gonna be sent back by the Disruptor. So Disruptor dies, sends him back, and well, Pash is pretty much out of there with nothing.
Thanks for
Lost.
he escaped Disruptor. I'll give you a cookie later, thanks. To be honest, this game, I have no idea how it's only lasted for 17 minutes because it feels like this game has lasted way longer than that. Of course, we have had 41 kills, so I'm pretty happy about this game. Lots of action. Vega now have a BKB as well up on the Legion Commander, so he's not gonna be get glimpsed or just... Well, Lasso is more or less gonna be the only thing to stop him now. They get the Yule Scepter onto Naga, the silence will follow Dreamcoil first. And with the Earthspike, that does get dodged. Oh, that mirror image dodge. But breaks the Dreamcoil, song ends, and oh, she's gonna go down. They get the Lasso IO, probably gonna lose his life. Pasha, pretty damn tanky, but with the Laguna Blade. Oh no, it was just a glimpse again. Pasha, still safe. He's fine. And they're gonna run out.
Actually, they're gonna try and continue on fighting though. Blink forward there by our Legion Commander. Easy pick off there on the Port Disruptor, who did get ultied there by our Legion. They're going to keep going after Tomasz very slowly. Now he is slowed up by the Nasal Goo, even going to be Earth Spiked as well, and finished up by our Bristle, Legion and Lion in the enemy base. 18 minutes into the game, they're just kind of hanging around. They're just going to let Legion tank the town. Everyone's going to get out safely. Actually, there is going to be a little bit of a tussle here. Batrider going to force stuff forward. Can he get the puck kill? No, he won't. Healed up by the Wisp. Nice plays coming out from Vega. Oh my goodness.
I haven't casted Vega for some time now, but I really missed casting them, especially no one. He's such a great player. He did the Illusory Orb Jaunt to buy that 1 extra second he needed for another phase shift, because he was really 1 attack away from death there, even from a Batrider.
Yeah.
But a glimpse back, can they kill Pasha? He's pretty tanky, but of course he needs some assistance. Earthspike won't kill anything. Never mind Pasha. He just doesn't give a damn. Gonna go for amazing. 1 more punch. The swap is there. Quill Spray will secure the kill anyway. So Seema, BKB, pops that duel into Mantis, but he may lose that 1 duel here. Or will he 1 more attack? Mantis just way too underfarmed. Seema trying to even TP out
Reeves.
BKB.
Oh. At least they get the kill there onto Tomasz. If it was just Reeves there, I think he would have just continued on whacking on the Legion and she just would have disappeared in a puff of smoke. So at least xGame gets a nice big kill on the Legion. That was a dieback as well. Legion bought back, came into the fight, and... Oh no! Who bought back? Someone bought back.
It was the IO who bought back earlier.
Oh, the Wisp bought back. Okay. My bad. I thought Legion bought back for some reason. I feel silly now. But we are going to have a smoke gank here coming out from xGame. Tomasz as well as Stylecat. They're going to try and find something. Laguna Blade on cooldown actually for 20 more seconds. I would like it if they could wait, but looks like they're not going to wait for it. They're just going to keep on going. The Jaunt going to come out. There's even a silence as well. Dream Coil coming out. Finger of Death onto Tomasz. Tomasz is dead by the Lion with the Earth Spike. Now, unfortunately, Stylecat is by himself. Going to throw the lasso onto Lion. Going to leave him on the high ground. Can he pick him off? They're going to push him onto low ground, but they do pick him up. Now Puck is stuck on the high ground, so Cat able to just TP out. Luckily for him, there was a relocate used as well, but they do not get him. He TPs out safely. So 1 for 1. Unfortunately for xGame, it was a call Lina for a support Lion.
Just Lion at the right place at the right time. And of course Puck, really not that easy of a hero to gank. If you're the Batrider, you jump in, you just see a phase shift, then Puck has the Yule Scepter as well to delay even more if need be. And I believe Lina used her own Yule Scepter first on the Puck, which was probably a little bit of a mistake there. Just really bought the Puck extra time to survive. But Legion Commander, after the BKB, another Mythical Hammer in the stash. Maelstrom or Desolator?
Oh, I actually would not mind a Dese this game, just because if you look at everyone on xGame, they're so squishy already. If you have a Deso, you cut through their HP. Because if you look at them, they've got almost no armor to work with aside from the Naga Siren. Oh, actually no, Batrider's got decent armor, but well, that's because he went for a plate mail. So it looks like he's going to go for a Shiva's Guard. It's going to be a nice item just to slow Vega up because a lot of their heroes are melee DPS. So they really need to chase after everybody. Their only saving grace though is going to be the puck with the Dream Coil. Now it's nice because it has a very short cooldown. Actually, no, Legion Commander is a BKB, I suppose.
I mean, for Legion Commander, it's fine, or for him, it's fine because he does have the PKB. Everybody else, though, will still get slowed down. But Go has been given Seema back in the server here, and they're gonna go for the Roshan. Should be an easy one. I really don't see xGame coming in to sneak it. Theoretically, Song of the Siren could do it, but this Naga Siren is still only level 9. It's close to level 10, but this is like or what a support Naga Siren at this point.
A support Naga Siren. A very, very rich support Naga Siren. He's got 2.3k gold.
I wouldn't say even it's very rich because it's like average. Okay,
yeah, I guess,
maybe
it's
slightly more farmed.
It's like a support Earthshaker that gets a Blink Dagger, but no Arcane Boots. Now, they're going to try and fight this. Is this going to be the right play? It's very scary, very ballsy, but can they get the kills that they need? Now, they do have a nice setup there with the Disruptor Ultimate, but Legion Commander doesn't really care, but they might be able to get the Bristleback. Never mind, he's super tanky. They're going to lose their Lina straight up to the Legion Commander. They're going to lose Naga Siren and Ventral Spirit immediately. Stylecat slowed up. He cannot get away, so he's going to be dead as well. Now, unfortunately, Reeves is by himself, but well, what can a solo Disruptor do? Just pretty much stand there and die. Vega lost nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Yeah, the idea was nice. They caught everybody. They got the Kinetic Field Static Storm, but Seema just popped the BKB. No one threw himself up with the Yule Scepter, so they survived easily. They got the the Lina with the duel as well. Seema, he just straight balled towards him. Cut off the overwhelming odds. And Lina, he knew that he's being targeted as well. Tried to run away. Unable to do so, of course, because Seema, since he didn't take any damage from the Static Storm, thanks to the BKB, he could even blink afterwards as well. Just a disaster of a fight. And if you initiate with Song of the Siren like that, there is no way for you to just leave the fight without dying.
Yeah, it just feels like xGame, they're kind of in a do or die position at the moment, because they cannot buy Mantis any more time. They're losing their base. They've lost one set of Raxes. They're losing the middle set. And this top set of Raxes are going to go down just as easily. Now, Lina able to get the Yules in time, but they might lose Mantis instead. He just came back. Poor Mantis. He has buyback, but, well, even if he buys back, what's he do? He buys back anyway. They're going to get the kill onto the Legion Commander there. It's a big kill. They lose the line as well, but buyback coming out on the line. Wisp is down as well. Now, Puck as well as Bristleback is still alive. I don't know what Stylecat was doing, trying to lasso Bristleback onto the low ground or away from the team, but they lose a Disruptor. Lina's dead as well. And he's going to continue on chasing Mantis. He just came back. He bought back as well. Cannot afford to die. They get the kill onto the Puck though, so nice pick up there for xGame. But Bristleback had the Aegis. He's going to come back. He's going to start bashing on Reeves, and Reeves, he cannot get away. He is dead, and Stylecat, he just has to blink towards the base. There is a lion chasing after them, and they've got to be very careful. Instead by Mantis, and actually, oh my goodness, Mantis. Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive, going to be having the extra armor to work on him, so if he didn't have that, I think he would have died. Bristleback, they're going to pop the Ghost Scepter and run out of there. Stunned up by the Ventral Spirit Mantis, trying to bottle up and do whatever he can. They're trying to salvage their base by getting kills. Can they get them though? Lasso's still on cooldown for 26 seconds. I think xGame, they're going to say, we got some good pickoffs. We're probably going to have to slow it down from here, because if we overextend, we might get punished for it. Now, Wisp is back on the map, and I think they're just going to stop from there. But they have they're missing 2 sets of Raxes. And they have a Naga Siren.
They did get 6 kills, I believe, because Lion bought back, came back into the fight and died again. So that's a lot of XP. They got 13,000 XP for xGame from that. Of course, they're probably still behind in DTR, so there's about a 12k, 13k XP lead. Net worth about 17k, but it should definitely be big enough as, oh, there's the Yule Scepter onto no one. Lasso into Seema as well. He has his PKB activated, doesn't care that much. Probably gonna duel somebody. Amazing, or Reeves gonna get the duel on him. No one still alive. And he's gonna stay alive for a little while longer. Blinks out to safety. Tomash up in there. Song of the Siren Mantis. They're gonna have to try to fight. There's no way they turn things around or run away just. They get 1 kill, but they're gonna lose all of their own lives in return.
Oh, gosh. xGame. They never had a lead in this game. During the laning phase, they lost a lot of their lanes. During the mid game, they were being dominated. They were even being jumped in their own base. 18 minutes into the game. If the enemy is chasing you in your base 18 minutes into the game, you know it's going badly. And, well, unfortunately for xGame, they lose the second game against Vega Squadron.
Yes,
Oh.
Vega definitely on fire. They have one more set to play in this group stage. If they win that one, they will guaranteed get a secondary position here. The first position is already secured by 4FC, 4 friends plus Krille. And Vega Squadron now, they're going to be at 11 and 5, whereas Elysium Gaming are at 11 and 7. So I'd say for Vega it's looking pretty good, because I do believe they already played 4FC. Well, they definitely had played 4FC. So I think probably Vega are the second strongest team, at least in this group. So I'm more than positive that they're going to reach the secondary position here and get into the Division 1 and 2 playoffs. But this will conclude the broadcast for now. We're going to have one more game later on, or at night, maybe at 9 CET as well. A little bit under the question, but Pain Gaming versus Isurus Gaming is going to be at 01 CET, as in I'd say 7 hours from now, just about. It is for the South American Challenge, so if you want to check us out, it's on hitbox.tv/HeflaTV HP1. But for now, we're done on this, and thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the cast, as well as the games, and if you did, check us out on HeflaTV to get updates when we're going live the next time around. It is HeflaTV on both Facebook and Twitter. For the casters, it's @Coucher for me, and Danny, where can people find you?
Well, wait, did you change the Twitch title, Coucher?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
I don't see it, man. I guess I just have to refresh and I'll probably see it. But guys, thanks for watching. If you want to give me a follow, just go up top @DanielEcast. The spelling is there. I know my name's weird. My name is spelt weirdly. I have a story for that, but I will tell that another day.
When we're paused.
When we're paused, there'll be a story for another day, and then everyone will figure out, oh, that's why her name is funky. But yeah, that's pretty much about it.
You're totally
Thank
getting
you.
me hyped for that story now.
I know exactly.
I'm gonna
doing
hope
on
for
purpose.
pauses. You made me hope for pauses. What? Oh,
Exactly.
that's
I'm gonna keep it
horrible.
as a very nice story.
But guys, girls, people in general, once again, appreciate it that you came, and just a few songs to finish the stream now, and have a good one.